Disclaimer up top, I have not read the books. We have not read the books.
Neither one of us have read the books.
I have not read the books.
I have not read the books.
We have not read the books.
I already said I'm going to read the book.
I have not read the books yet. I do have the books, guys. I'm going to read them.
It's time. For those of you that have been watching from the beginning, you've heard me add the disclaimer that I haven't read the books yet about 35 times across those 6 episodes. And every single time, I meant it. And it was by design, right? I wanted to protect it. I wanted to have the show be its own experience, go in completely fresh, not knowing what was going to come. No spoilers, not knowing if we would even get a happy ending. And personally, I think that was the right call. But we're done with season 1, and we've got quite a wait for season 2, and so now it is time to get into the books, just like I promised we would. Heated Rivalry. Here we go. Hi, I'm Dan, 36, gay, married. And if you're new here, I spent the last 6 months going episode by episode through Heated Rivalry, the show, doing deep dives, rewatches, the whole thing, which were 2, sometimes 3-hour videos, just breaking down every nuance that Jacob Tierney was able to bring to this story. And every single video, I learned I had to put a disclaimer at the top that I hadn't read the books. And so there are things that I was going to miss, internal monologues I wasn't going to get. But that's done now. Now it's time to dive into the beautiful world of all the things that Rachel Reed brought into the book. Here's the thing that I keep thinking about. Everyone who's kind of picking up the books right now for the first time, I'm assuming they came to them the same way that I did. Through the show. Through Hudson and Connor. Through Jacob's version of the story. We watched Shane and Ilya fall apart, come back together, give me panic attacks, destroy each other, choose each other. And we didn't know how it was going to end. Now we get to go back to the beginning, knowing everything that happens at least in season 1. And I think it's going to be a completely different reading experience as a result. Because I know there are many of you who actually came on the deep dive ride with me that had been there from the beginning. I think the books came out in like 2019. And I think this is actually going to be really cool. And for me especially, there's something in knowing that they're going to get to the cottage. Ilya's going to grab his hand in the car. We're going to get your boyfriend's here and the kiss. And then going back and reading all the way from the start, from baby rookies meeting each other for the first time. I think I'm probably going to feel things that I didn't while watching. So here's what this series is going to look like. I'm going to read the chapters that cover each of the episodes about. I've done some deep diving, looked at a couple Reddit threads. I think I've got a good understanding. And then we're going to sit down and talk about how the book reads differently than the episodes did. What got changed, maybe what got cut, what Rachel put on page that didn't make it to screen or couldn't, or maybe made the creative choice not to. Because I'm show first in this order, that's going to be my lens. I'm not coming at this as a book reader who's evaluating the adaptation, but rather as someone who loves the show and is going back to the source material to get even more. And to be 1,000,000% honest, I'm not even really a reader to begin with. I think I burnt myself out in med school reading textbooks and have had just an aversion to reading ever since. I think the farthest I got was maybe 2 or 3 chapters into like a how to take control of your like business destiny book. God, that was over a year ago. Of course, as a kid, like I read Harry Potter and all those mainstream books, but I'm really not like a bookophile. What are people called? Love books. Bibliophiles. I'm not one of you. But maybe Rachel will convert me. One of my favorite content creators across, I guess, all platforms at this point is Brittany Broski. She is definitely a bibliophile and has almost gotten me to jump into some books. But the show was the thing that put me over the edge. If you have read the books already, I want you here. I want you in the comments telling me the things that maybe I breezed over because of my bias from the show, or the things that the show nailed that you really loved, the things you wish had made it in. But kind of like the way we approached the deep dives on the show, please no spoilers, right? Some people may be new here reading along with me as we go. let's keep this like a great place. You can drop things like, oh, just wait till. I mean, I guess we've seen the show, but especially about what will be the content for season 2. Let us all choose to experience this however we want, please. I said it at the end of my episode 6 deep dive, but there's been no like piece of media that has really resonated like this with me, and I meant that. I'm someone who's been out for 15 years. I'm married, very comfortable in my sexuality. I have immense amount of love around me, both families, friends, and yet this show still found a way to pull something out of me that I didn't know needed to be found. And so I'm going into the books maybe a little cautious, right? I love the version that made it to screen. I love these characters. And I guess with that being said, I also have no doubt that Rachel, the original creator of them, did a phenomenal job and that they will be done justice. But I'm stoked to read these. I'm also playing around with some other bonus content ideas. I learned in my deep dives on the show that there is a group of you who are awesome and watch and subscribe that can never get enough content on the topic of Heated Rivalry. Thus, I evolved my deep dives into 3-hour ramble sessions that you guys all watch, which is just insane. And so I've been thinking about like read along with me format, maybe even rewatch the episode and compare it directly to the chapters. Nothing locked in, but if that's something that you're interested in or you have another idea for me, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Again, I am not on Book Talk. I'm not a part of this world, so I don't even know what content is out there that people resonate with. So, coming up soon, we're starting at the beginning. It's going to be chapters 1 through 3. We're going to meet Shane, baby Shane. We're going to meet baby Ilya, and the rivalry is going to begin. If you're new here and you want to catch up on the show deep dives, I'll link the full playlist here. And if you've been here since the beginning, thank you. You're awesome. Genuinely, this community is unlike anything I've ever experienced doing YouTube on and off for 12 years. And you have made this what it is. All right, time to zip it and get to reading. I'll see you soon.